was so deadly, in fact, that his enemies would go blind from overexposure to pure awesomeness. He's too awesome!
Kung Fu Panda 4 hit theaters on March 8, 2024, and we've got some exciting news about Kung Fu Panda 5 straight from the director of the newest film. In Po's latest adventure, voiced by Jack Black, he joins forces with a tricky fox named Jen, voiced by Awkwafina, to take on the chameleon, played by Viola Davis. Interestingly, the Furious Five didn't make an appearance in this movie. Even though Kung Fu Panda 4 just premiered, fans are already eager to find out what's next for the series. We've got all the details about the movie, so make sure to watch until the end of the video, where we'll discuss how Kung Fu Panda 4 perfectly sets up Po's next major villains for Kung Fu Panda 5. First and foremost, let's dive into the latest on Kung Fu Panda 5. Co-director clears up what's next for the franchise. Shortly after the blockbuster success of Kung Fu Panda 4, we've got some exciting news about Kung Fu Panda 5 from one of the film's directors. Stephanie Ma Stein, the co-director, has put to rest the rumors that Kung Fu Panda 4 was Po's final adventure. She reassured fans saying, "This is definitely not the end of Po's story, please look forward to more." Since the fourth film is still fresh, DreamWorks hasn't taken any steps toward Kung Fu Panda 5 yet. However, the movie already became a major hit, so the studio will probably want to make the most of its newfound success and let fans know there's more to come. While it seemed like the fourth film was intended to wrap up the original era of the Kung Fu Panda universe, we can likely expect a sequel or spin-off in the future. Now let's chat about the Kung Fu Panda 5 cast. Will Po and friends be back for another movie? In many ways, the latest film felt like it was passing the torch, so the cast of Kung Fu Panda 4 might not all return if a fifth movie gets made. Jack Black has been the star of the franchise since 2008, but his satisfying character arc in Kung Fu Panda 4 might make his return less likely. However, a cameo from Black in the next film could help attract audiences without overshadowing new stars. Speaking of new stars, it's highly likely that Awkwafina's character Jen will take the lead in future Kung Fu Panda films, though nothing is officially confirmed yet. So to put it simply, the potential cast for Kung Fu Panda 5 could include several beloved characters: Jack Black as Po, Awkwafina as Jen, Dustin Hoffman as Master Shifu, James Hong as Mr. Ping, Bryan Cranston as Li Shan, Ke Huy Quan as Han, Lori Tan Chin as Granny Boar, and Ronnie Cheng as Captain Fish. Now for the most exciting part, Kung Fu Panda 5's story details and what happens next for Po. At the end of Kung Fu Panda 4, Po ascends to his new role as the spiritual leader of the Valley of Peace. This is a significant shift for Po, as his initial hesitation to accept this position echoes his reluctance to become the Dragon Warrior years ago. A sequel could delve into Po's transition into this new role, once again portraying him as a fish out of water who must adapt to something others believe he isn't qualified for. On the flip side, Kung Fu Panda 4 was undoubtedly a passing of the torch, as Jen becomes the new Dragon Warrior by the film's conclusion.
Master Shifu!
Quickly! Use their boats to block the way!
Kung Fu Panda 5 could track the journey of the young fox as she grapples with similar challenges to those faced by Po, possibly with Po himself taking on the role of mentor in a comical role reversal. The most probable scenario for another sequel would likely blend these two narratives, following both Po and Jen as they navigate their new roles together. Now let's talk about the movie's reception, which plays a big part in any sequel. As of May 19, 2024, Kung Fu Panda 4 has been quite a success at the box office, raking in $192.7 million in the United States and Canada, and an impressive $342.6 million in other territories, bringing its worldwide total to a whopping $535.2 million against an $85 million budget, making it the third highest grossing film of 2024. And when it comes to reception, it's not just the box office that is positive, it's the critics as well. Kung Fu Panda 4 garnered mostly positive reviews from critics. On Rotten Tomatoes, 73% of 153 critics' reviews were positive, with an average rating of 6.1 over 10. The consensus on the site reads, Kung Fu Panda 4 offers enough eye-catching entertainment to sustain the franchise's young fans, although it's starting to feel like this series is running out of steam. Audiences seem to enjoy the film, with CinemaScore giving it an average grade of A-, and Post-Track reporting an 80% overall positive score, with 59% saying they would recommend it. Frank Scheck of The Hollywood Reporter noted the film's attempts to refresh the franchise with new settings and characters, but ultimately found it to be more of the same, praising Jack Black's vocal performance. Wilson Chapman of IndieWire gave it a B- and appreciated Black's commitment to the role. Claire Schaefer of The New York Times complimented the film's art direction and the chemistry between Black and Awkwafina. Overall, Kung Fu Panda 4 pleased many fans and critics, which is a good sign for the fifth part. Now let's discuss how Kung Fu Panda 4 perfectly sets up Po's next major villains before Kung Fu Panda 5. Kung Fu Panda 4 marks a significant shift for Po and sets the franchise on a fresh path while hinting at new challenges ahead. It serves as a tribute to all the adversaries Po has encountered throughout the series. However, the conclusion of Kung Fu Panda 4 also lays the groundwork for Po's future as the spiritual leader, suggesting potential conflicts on the horizon. In a pivotal moment between Po and his biological father Li Shan, voiced by Bryan Cranston, in Kung Fu Panda 4, Li Shan casually remarks that Po has already battled demons and demigods during his time as the Dragon Warrior. While this comment could be seen as merely incidental, some fans speculate that it hints at future challenges for Po in his role as the spiritual leader of the Valley of Peace. This suggestion raises the possibility that demons and demigods could emerge as primary antagonists in forthcoming installments of the Kung Fu Panda movie series, drawing on Po's past encounters with them, even if those confrontations occurred off-screen. With Po now assuming the role of spiritual leader, it's logical for his adversaries to reflect the spiritual themes of the series. While Po has faced formidable foes in the past and emerged victorious with the support of his friends, it's time for him to confront an even greater challenge to invigorate the Kung Fu Panda franchise and avoid stagnation. Introducing demons and demigods as Po's next opponents in future films could inject fresh energy into the series. The idea of demons and demigods as new adversaries for Po in Kung Fu Panda 5 seems like a perfect fit, especially considering his transition to the role of spiritual leader. Li Shan's mention of Po's past battles with these mystical beings could indeed be a subtle hint at what's to come in the franchise's future. As Po navigates his new responsibilities, facing opponents connected to the spiritual side of the series could provide a compelling and meaningful challenge. However, only time will reveal how the events of Kung Fu Panda 4 will shape the upcoming movies. As for its streaming release, Kung Fu Panda 4 is expected to hit streaming platforms around July 2024, though an exact date has yet to be confirmed. Well, that's it. What do you think about the idea of demons and demigods as Po's next adversaries? Are you excited to see how Po navigates his role as the spiritual leader? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to stay updated on all the latest news and reviews. See you in the next video!